Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So I was going through social media the other day, or about a few weeks ago, and I came across this advertisement for something called Dura Dressing. And so what this is supposed to be I'd say a semi-permanent solution for tire gloss for your tires on your vehicle. Because I don't know about y'all, I'm really tired of every time, I'll go and apply your standard tire dressing to my vehicle, and literally by the end of the day, I come home from work and the entire side of my car is just absolutely covered in tire shine because it won't stay on no matter what. So this is supposed to be the solution for that. So this is called Dura Dressing. I found it online right on their website, and so it just arrived a few days ago. So I figured I would give it a test drive. So there's a few things you're going to need in addition to the Dura Dressing Kit. So here's the Dura Dressing Kit. We'll kind of unbox that real fast. It does come with these very important directions. It highly recommends you read them. There's only 3 steps to this. So step 1 is read the directions. Second step is the tire cleaning, which is the most important step. And then the third step is actually applying the Dura Dressing. So it comes with the card, your bottle of tire cleaner with the sprayer as well. A pair of rubber gloves, which highly recommend use rubber gloves, the Dura Dressing itself, and then the applicator for the Dura Dressing, as well as this tire scrub. So I actually used this yesterday on my 2 other tires because I just wanted to test it out and get a feel for it. So this tire brush is very important, and if you have one at your house, I wouldn't recommend using that. I recommend using this one for a couple reasons. 1, this is what came with the kit, so this is obviously what I'm going to use. And 2, the fact that the bristles are white. So the biggest reason for that is, so when I was applying the Dura Dressing to my other 2 tires yesterday, so let's back up a few days. I spent days cleaning my tires because this is the most important step in cleaning your tires. I was sitting there cleaning, and I think I cleaned my tires with standard tire cleaner, I'd say about 4 times, and I thought my tires were good to go. I went over my tires one more time with the Dura Dressing cleaner as well as this scrub brush, and this brush was black still, even after 4 or 5 run-throughs with a normal actual tire cleaner. And the good thing about this is you can actually run a hose over this and it's still white, looks brand spanking new. So this will be able to help you judge whether your tire is actually clean or not, and good to apply the Dura Dressing. Because one of the big things that they say is do not apply Dura Dressing on dirty tires because it may cause it to turn brown possibly. And they also recommend, say that your tire is brand new, it has still the silicone material left over from the factory, they recommend cleaning that off as well. So if your tires are brand new and still have silicone on them, it's going to take a lot more cleanings. For me, with the Dura Dressing, with the Dura Cleaner, I cleaned mine about 3 times each, and I was able to get pretty good effects on that one. So I highly recommend just using the brush that comes with it. Something you're going to need in addition is a pair of eye protection as well. I don't have safety goggles or anything like that, so sunglasses are going to have to do. It's a little windy out, so kind of noisy. So I have my pressure washer with me as well. That just it helps ease the process of cleaning my tires, because after you apply the Dura Dressing, you're going to have to clean off your tire and all that. And also recommends I also have a leaf blower. If you don't have a leaf blower, you're going to have to put a little extra elbow grease to actually dry off your tire, because they want you to have your tire completely dry before you apply the Dura Dressing. So if you don't have a leaf blower, honestly, I think this one was $25. I'd highly recommend picking one up, because if not, you're going to have to dry this by hand with a towel, and that takes forever. Since I will be using the leaf blower and the power sprayer in my garage, it's going to be noisy, so I have my AirPods Max. They're noise canceling, so that'll help protect my ears. So now that I kind of ran through everything that you're going to get and everything you're going to need, so we'll get started, and I'll kind of do a nice run through on how to properly clean your tires, and I'll show you the overall end result. So let's get started. All right, so before we begin, another thing I highly recommend is using a chair, because man, being on one knee or being on both knees trying to do this is honestly, it hurts. So I highly recommend, just sitting in a chair, getting comfortable and doing this. All right, so something else to lead off with as well is, so if you think that you're just going to be able to, take this product right out of the box and apply it directly to your tires with no prep or anything like that, you're sorely mistaken. I'm not going to lie, this is, especially applying it to only 2 of my tires, that was a tedious task, even just the 2 of them. So for me, days in advance, I would run through and clean all my tires like 2 or 3 times with just not the Dura Dressing cleaner, but with the actual, just some standard tire cleaner that I got. I ran through each of my tires a total of 4 times, and I thought that my tires, would be good to go. Maybe I could, clean my tires once with this and be good to go. Nope, I was extremely wrong. I actually had to clean each of my other tires 3 times just to actually get them fully clean. And how I would notice that they were actually clean was, I would notice less and less and less dirt on the brush as soon as I was finished. So the first thing that, so now we've read all of our directions front and back. There's another thing that we need to do as well, is they highly recommend go on Dura Dressing's website and actually watch their videos. They have videos on how to properly clean your tires and then how to apply the Dura Dressing as well. So go watch those videos on their website before we begin, because the first step that we're going to do, we said we got our gloves on, we got our eye protection on, is we're going to start applying the tire cleaner. And the way that they recommend that is, instead of actually just spraying it directly on the tire, what you'll actually do is just, you want to get as close as possible. And what I do is I actually apply the sprayer right up there to the brush and then just start cleaning it that way. And then, so what I do is I kind of split the tire in half. I'll just clean like this part of the tire, and maybe I'll get some of the bottom as well. But then what I'll do is I'll actually, I'll use Summon, and I just kind of roll the car forward, and just so I can completely get the bottom portion of the tire here, because you don't want to forget that, then all of a sudden you have a very uneven shine. Like, it'll be perfectly shiny here, but then you have just this kind of dull and dirtiness at the bottom. So we'll begin with our first cleaning here. So we'll take our sprayer and just kind of slowly apply. As you can see, it's kind of, this is a very more like a gel-like substance. It's not too liquidy. What I want to do is just scrub the tire. So just apply a little bit more. Like I said, that's why I recommend using a chair. It makes life much easier. I'm going to scoot up a little bit more just so we're a little more comfortable. It's easier on the back. See, but slowly, just start scrubbing. And you can see it already. I don't know if you can see it, but the scrubber is already black. The bristles, they're already dark. And this is just barely my first run. I haven't used the Dura Dressing, the cleaner at all on these 2 tires yet. Like I said, I'm going to apply it to my other tire, but I'm just going to start with this tire for YouTube for filming, just to show you the overall end product of how this looks. So another important thing too, so if you have this is my Model Y, you want to clean also in this little crevice right here between the rim and the tire. There's a little groove right here. We want to make sure we get in here as well. That's why this comes in handy as well. What I just do is just kind of apply and then just use that part of the bristles or part of the brush and just slowly just kind of scrub that, just scrub in there, just because you want to get every crevice that you possibly can where you will be applying this. But like I said, we're just slowly just scrubbing away, just trying to get off all the gunk that's on these tires. Because like I said, I thought my tires were clean even after using standard tire cleaner for 4 washes. Nope, these wheels were filthy. And they said Dura Dressing recommends the cleaner the tire, the better the product will adhere to the tire. And like I said, the leaf blower as well comes in play too, just so, because they want you to make sure that the solution or the tire is completely dry, because if not, it's going to dilute this solution, and it'll dilute the Dura Dressing as well. So here's kind of our first run through after, so as you can see, just look how filthy this brush is. These bristles were white and now they are pretty dark and it's pretty dirty. So I'm going to actually go outside. I'm going to use the power sprayer real fast on this. I'll clean it off and I'll dry it off, and I'll kind of show you just what it looks like afterwards. It'll be completely clean and completely white all over. It'll be it looks like as if it was brand new. All right, so I just got done using the power sprayer on my brush, and I used the leaf blower to dry it off. And as you can see, once again, it is completely white. It looks brand new right out the box. So I highly recommend that. So run through one side, use the like rinse it off. You can use, if you don't have a power spray, you can use a regular hose. It does the same thing. And then, yeah, I just use the leaf blower to dry it off. So now we will run through, said the kind of the bottom portion of the tire here, and just make sure, like I said, just so we get everything. All right, so we just ran through the bottom portion of the tire, and as you can see, filthy, absolutely filthy. So even though I got like good portion of the bottom tire, I even kind of did a little rinse and repeat of some of the sides here, and it's still just filthy. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to power spray this off again, you know, dry it. And then pretty much what I'll do, just to save time and all that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through it probably a couple more times. I won't show it on video because this will be like an hour long video, and I know y'all don't want to sit there and watch me clean a tire for an hour. So what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll show you what the brush looks like after a second coat, or like a second cleaning, a third cleaning, and if I have to clean it some more, I will. And then we'll kind of get into more of the actual applying of the Dura dressing. So as you can see, so there was our first complete rotation with the Dura dressing. So we completely cleaned our tires. You know, I ran through the power sprayer with the blower just to make sure this brush is nice and dried off. Went through with the leaf blower and just made sure the tire was completely dry. As you can see, it is absolutely dry. And so now we're ready to go for our second cleaning with our Dura cleaner. So like I said previously, I'll show you, I won't show you me cleaning the tire again, because that would be boring. I said, no, you don't want to see me clean a tire for an hour. So I'll show you the end result of just how this looks after the second cleaning. All right, so here is after just the second cleaning, and look just how much brighter that looks already. There's a lot less dirt on this brush. So we're still not done yet though. We're definitely still gonna have to do probably maybe one more cleaning completely of the tire after this before we can actually apply the Dura dressing. All right, so just completed a third cleaning of the tire, and as you can see, looking at the brush here, look just how much cleaner it is compared to our first run set. Hopefully you can see that. If you can, I apologize. I'm kind of shooting from the hip on this one, but this is definitely what it takes to make sure your tire is clean. You're gonna have to run through this tire probably 3, 4, in some cases maybe even 5 times to get your tire completely clean, because like the directions said, the cleaner the tire, the better the Dura dressing will hold. It'll stick to the tire, and plus it'll have a nice brighter shine. So now that we went through our cleaning, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through one more time with the power sprayer, get all the dirt off. I'm going to dry it, and then we'll be ready to begin applying the Dura dressing. All right, so finally the moment we've all been waiting for, finally time to apply the Dura dressing. So now that I power sprayed the tire, it's completely dry. I've used the leaf blower to completely dry it. Now it's time to apply the dressing. So just shake it up a little bit. So we're going to apply just kind of a light amount here on the applicator. So now that we've applied it, so what you want to do is try to avoid the rims as best as possible. And if you do happen to spill some on the rim, just have a towel standing by. So it's going to put it right there in the groove and just slowly start to apply. So it's kind of like a milky type substance. It has a slight bluish tint to it as you apply it. So we're going to apply a nice amount. So not too much. And so I say have a good point of where the cutoff point on this side of the tire. For me, there's a little line right here, so I just elected to go to that. Even though as I'm driving, that's going to wear it away anyway. But for me, I didn't want to apply not enough, and then maybe it just looks kind of crappy as I'm doing it. So we're just going to just slowly apply. And a good thing to do as well, to get into this little groove that's right there, I just apply just a tiny little amount along the edge here. Apply a little bit more just right here. And then we'll just apply, put the applicator itself just right there in the groove. And and apply it. As you can see, we did get we got some on the rim here, so yeah, definitely be careful with that because you don't want it to be, stuck on there. So we're just gonna take, just our towel here, put this off to the side, and then just wipe it off before it cures. You don't want to leave this the way it is for too long. So the reason for this is just so you want to spread it evenly. So we've applied it to some of the tire. Like I said, I'm going to roll the car just so we can get all of it. But what Dura Dressing does recommend is actually using the leaf blower to actually spread this out evenly and so that it can cure properly and dry evenly. So now that we've applied it to some of the tire, like I said, not all of it, I'm going to put on my ear protection. I'm going to use the leaf blower to dry this out and give it an even spread across the tire. All right, now I'll roll the car back just so we can get the bottom portion of the tire. So for me, I use the summon feature just because it's easiest for me to tell, just so I just line it up with the tube there, just so it just makes it easier. So once again, now we're on the bottom of the tire, we're just going to apply just a slight amount here. Just, nothing, not too much. You don't want to be too generous with it because remember, you have to do all 4 wheels with this. So we're going to start roughly here in the middle of the tire and just apply here on the bottom, just like we did before on the top of the tire. So I don't know if you can tell here on the camera, but yeah, it has just a slight shade of blue as it's being applied. But so don't worry, that's okay. It cures within minutes and you'll begin to see it just turn black and dry and it'll look exactly like a tire shine. Dura Dressing does recommend applying a couple of coats. For me, for this first coat, what I did with my other tires, I actually gave it 12 hours to dry, so I just kind of left it overnight and then I just reapplied it. All right, now that's applied, so you got a little bit on the rim there. That's okay. Just wipe that off before it cures. Now that we've applied it to the tire completely, next I'm going to do, so I'm going to put the hearing protection back on, go over it one more time with the leaf blower, and we should finally be done with our first coat. All right, now we're finally done with our first coating. So if you go on Dura Dressing's website and you watch their videos, the thing that they promise is like, hey, like this is going to dry within minutes or even within seconds. And the guy runs his fingers across it and it's completely dry. So let's test that out. So here we got, so I recommend using a bright colored towel. Don't use a dark colored towel like I did on the other one. So we're going to just run the towel across it. And we'll get a little closer up there, but as you can see, there is absolutely nothing on this towel. It is completely dry. There is no residue, no nothing. Here's our rubber glove. It's completely clean somewhat. As we run our hands across it, nothing. There is, like I said, this looks like a brand new fresh tire, like fresh from the factory, like you almost wouldn't even know. But overall, it looks fantastic. So some lessons learned with applying this dressing. Like I said, just to make your lives easier, man, use a chair. If you have a power sprayer, I highly recommend using a power washer to get all the gunk and dirt off your tires. On my other 2 tires on the other side, I just used a hose, just to be gentle with it, and I feel like I didn't get as much dirt off as with using a power sprayer, of course. Yeah, highly recommend the leaf blower. That saves you so much time versus having to sit here and hand dry it. But overall, yeah, it looks great. All right, everyone, that's all I got for you today. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It definitely helps me out a lot. So this video is very unique. This is my first video that I've recorded since I've reached 500 subscribers. So I'm about halfway there to becoming monetized. So we're getting there. But thank you to everyone so far that has supported me along the way. It's been quite the journey. I think I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary of actually starting YouTube or doing YouTube as a hobby. So it's kind of crazy going from no subscribers or your first couple or your friends trying to support you, and then now you have like over 500. So hopefully it's going to get only better from there. And also too, the PlayStation 5 giveaway is still happening. Like I said in one of my previous videos, or a few of my previous videos actually, once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away my PlayStation 5 to one of my lucky subscribers. So subscribe for a chance to win my PlayStation 5. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya!